How's it going, Faria? Welcome to Heliopolis Radio. Thank you all for tuning in. If you hear any little footsteps in the background, I apologize. My dog is just doing his thing, and so he might be a bit of a nuisance here and there, but please bear with him, if you will. And so, yeah, it's been a while since I've been in front of the camera. I guess I've been taking a long break from, actually not even doing a break, I just haven't really had any ideas as to what I can put out there, I'll be honest with you. Obviously, I have the podcast interviews, which I've been doing. They've also kind of slowed down, fortunately, because those are quite stressful to do. But that's besides the point. The point is, what's next moving forward? So, yeah, hopefully in the near future, there'll be more podcast interviews to happen. I hope that they've been of some use to everybody. In general, I think that it's actually a very fun thing to do. I recommend that those of you that are wanting to get into it, apologies for the light change there. I don't know why my phone does that, but put that aside. But anyway, I recommend that those of you interested in doing it, it's very fun. You meet a lot of interesting people who impart some interesting wisdom, stories, things that are actually quite life-changing. I know that it seems very, very insignificant based on views and everything, but literally some of the stories that I've been able to witness and experience, not witness, but just hear about. It's fucking amazing, man. So yeah, there's that. And along with the podcast, I'm going to be getting back to the personal vlogs. I'm trying to change up the theme a little bit. If I have anything to add on the addiction topic, I will. But the new topic, which I'm going to be starting in this video, is just self-reflection. Basically, you've probably seen a million videos of this on self-reflection. It's some pretty woke people. I'm not one of those, but I wanted to simplify it and bring it down to earth, human style for the most part. Everything's a bit alien these days, isn't it? And alien, the levels of consciousness that people are talking from is it's too much for the average folks. So I'm trying to do something a bit more grounded. And I think the first thing that I'll start off with is really just embracing life and all the things not going according to plan, I guess. I don't know. I realized the last few weeks, it's just been about that. Learning to let the madness actually have its place. It's actually quite entertaining, and it's also a great way of developing yourself. We build so many things for life, like plans and everything. Like, for instance, I had plans for how many people I was going to have on my podcast interview. I was expecting X amount of people to come onto the show and hop on and all sorts of shit like that. I thought I was the personal vlog on addiction was going to be intense. It was going to maybe catch on. It was going to really impact people. And don't get it wrong. I know it sounds very superficial the way I'm talking about it, but it's a human thing. We overestimate. Our mind always projects more than things actually are, basically, which is what I'm saying. And I've learned that it's never that way, man. It's just the way it is, and it's the way it moves. Don't get it wrong, I'm actually really grateful that I have put out the things that I've put out. It's really been, more than anything, it's brought a lot of peace of mind to me to know that you can share content with the world without overthinking it, without caring about whether people, you do care to some degree, but without overemphasizing the reactions that you get. I think, things not kind of going the way you want them to, it's actually really the best way to become better at doing whatever you put your mind to. And I know the editing for this footage isn't going to do justice to that, so we're a work in progress. So don't put me to the sword on that one. But it's something that I'm following and working with myself. So the main reflection for this is just really don't always care about things going according to plan. Just care about how you are dynamic and how you go about doing stuff. I honestly thought that, giving this podcast thing and this YouTube thing focus, it was naturally going to catch on. It's much more fucking hard than that, to be honest. Especially if you're more of an introvert and you really don't like social media, not because it's bad, but because, if you're like me, my mind is very, very easily entertained by bullshit. So naturally you get lost. And so I guess that's probably been a hindrance in me doing this content making thing. But I think the time spent away from this has made me much more clear and competent as to how I want to go about this thing. So yeah, the number one self-reflection, or the first self-reflection podcast, is not about the plan. It's just about you doing whatever you need to do in the moment. And I think that's how, that's how you make success that's how success kind of manifests. Is, yes, you have discipline, but discipline isn't the plan. Discipline is just a process of you dedicating yourself to something, regardless of whether it's kind of, working for you the way you anticipated or it's not. And that's pretty much it on my end. I will be doing a podcast review on episode 1 of my podcast interview with Kevin Palmieri. A friend of mine recommended, shout out to you, Ali, that I summarize the content. Let's face it, in today's world, with today's terrible attention span and fucking problems, no one's going to listen to a 30-minute podcast from someone all the way down in South Africa. So we're going to try to summarize it, keep it short, maybe even make a YouTube short if we need to cheat that way. And hopefully it's of use to someone. And so, self-reflection 1, to summarize this one, in case I rambled on and no one understood what the fuck I said. Basically, fuck always wanting to have things go according to plan. Just move with the process, take care of your business accordingly, and the rest is what it is. And I hope that resonates with someone. Like, you know what I mean? Just, be dynamic in your approach to things, and be very, very versatile in how you want to kind of execute something. Peace and blessings to the people. Thank you.